Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm Ed with the Oz People, and I just saw this crazy teaching about Matthew 7, uh, 21 and 22. And they focused right in on these two verses. I'm just going to read it real quick. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. On that day they will say to me, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name, drive out demons in your name, and do many miracles in your name? Then I will announce to them, I never knew you. Depart from me. And they left it right there. They didn't finish the verse, and they didn't give any context coming up to it. So I think it's, and their main conclusion of this whole, of this verse is that we are to trust in the sacrifice given to us. And if we attempt to live a godly life or follow instructions that we find in this book, that we will be one of those people that are told to depart because we are not known by Jesus. So if we go back just a little bit and we go to 13, Matthew chapter 7 and 13, enter through the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the road broad that leads to destruction, and there are many who go through it. Narrow is the gate and difficult the road that leads to life, and few find it. Be on your guard against false prophets, who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravaging wolves. This guy didn't look like he's wearing sheep's clothing, or, he looked more like a ravaging wolf than a sheep. But the words that he was speaking were against Yehovah's Torah. So I know that it's wrong. Anyhow, continuing with chapter 16, Matthew 7 and 16. You'll recognize them by their fruit. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes, or figs from thistles? In the same way, every good tree produces good fruit, but a bad tree produces bad fruit. A good tree can't produce bad fruit, neither can a bad tree produce good fruit. Every tree that doesn't produce good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. So you'll recognize them by their fruit. The fruit is, if you can see, sanctification in their life. And sanctification is described in the Torah. This is where we find out what God's standards for his people are. I'm going to continue Matthew 7 and 20. So you'll recognize them by their fruit. Not everyone who says to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father in heaven. Only the one who does the will of the Father. How do we know what the will of the Father is? Well, the Spirit will teach us and guide us. It says that in Titus 2:12. And what is he going to guide us in? He's going to guide us in the ways that have been known. That's the Old Testament, the Torah, the first 5 books. On that day they will say to me, Lord, Lord, didn't we prophesy in your name, drive out demons in your name, and do many miracles in your name? So they used his name, but they were not set apart to use his name. And the way we become set apart is live God's standards, Yehovah's standards that he set forth for us. And it starts with the 10 Commandments. Then I will announce to them, I never knew you. Depart from me. And that's where this gentleman stopped. But my Bible continues. It says, depart from me, you lawbreakers. In the KJV it says, workers of iniquity. Does this sound like people that were blindly living their lives, doing whatever they wanted to do, feeling that the Spirit just takes them on a independent mission, teaches them one way and then teaches their neighbor another way. No, the new covenant says law will be written on our hearts and on our minds. And so we just need to really watch out for these false teachers on the scene. And there's a million of them. May Yehovah's face shine upon you.